Hello, and welcome back to another episode of All Things Beauty. I'm your host here tonight, Amethyst Black. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Amethyst Black Artistry. Y'all, we have a bomb show in store. I hope you're ready. I have been just looking forward to this show for quite some time. If y'all know me in my personal life, I've been talking about some really dope show ideas, and this is one. I think that so much of what we do, especially as millennials, is really trying to do our own thing, honey, and make sure that we have ownership over our lives in so many areas. And that oftentimes does include home ownership. So I have one of my great guests who's an expert in the field with me today. How are you, Miss Nicole?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me.
Oh, I'm more than happy to be here.
Girl, the weather, and I mean, for those of you who are in Houston, you may know this as well. The weather and the traffic today was just a little bit up and down. So thank you so much for pressing your way, honey, and coming.
We made it.
We made it, and we're here.
I live down the street.
Oh, perfect. Awesome. So, y'all, we are on Facebook Live currently, for those of you watching us. Now, if you do have some questions for Miss Nicole while we're here on this platform, please do feel free to type those in. She can see those. I'll be able to see those, and we'll ask. I also have a couple of other questions that I got from some other viewers tonight, so we'll be asking her those in a moment. But for right now, let's just jump right in. How did you first become involved in real estate?
Crazy story. So in 2000, what was it? 11? 2010, 2011. Anyway, so I was living at home with my parents.
Yeah.
And just got this student loan bill.
Oh,
and
girl.
I'm like, ooh, how can I pay this? You know, I need a way to offset this. And so I got to thinking about what can I do to offset my student loan, cost of my bill. So my parents had rental properties. My grandparents had rental properties. So I was like, I'm going to go buy me a house and I'm going to rent it out. Nice. And the money that I get from the rent, that's what I'm going to use to pay my student loans, right? So that's what I did. I went and found a house. I hooked up with a realtor and a lender. They were actually a husband and wife couple, right?
Love that.
But they helped me get my first rental property. I literally bought a property and went back home with my parents and used that extra money every month to pay my student loans.
Yes.
But during that process, I realized I had no clue of what went on.
But you did it.
Right. I did it, right? But I had no understanding of the home buying process, and things like that. Luckily, I had people working in my favor, but I literally, I knew I had good credit. I knew I had the money for the down payment and the closing costs. I showed up with my check and signed some papers, and I had a house, right? That's all I knew.
Yes.
But in the process, I realized that is not the right way to go about it because you should always be educated in what you're doing, especially making a huge purchase like
Investment,
that.
Yeah.
So I'm one of those type of people that will take a class for anything, So I'm like, you know what? I can figure out how to buy and sell my own house.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go to class for it. So I went to real estate school.
Smart.
Actually, my grandmother gave me a check to go to real estate school.
Wow.
Yeah, she did. My grandmother.
So sweet.
I told her what I was thinking about doing, and she gave me a check to go to real estate school. But me being an uneducated buyer made me realize that I'm not the only person out there that's an uneducated buyer, right? So I kind of made it my destiny to make sure every time I have a client or somebody that I'm working with, I'm going to make sure that they understand this process wholeheartedly and not, don't just listen to what I tell you. I'm going to show you it. I'm going to show you the data.
Smart.
I'm going to show you the numbers. I'm going to give you the reasons why. I encourage all of my first-time home buyers to go take a first-time home buyers class.
Wow.
Just because like I said, I don't want them to be who I was, So that's how
that's amazing, and I'm sure that they enjoy that experience with you because they're getting, of course, educated at the same time. That's awesome, and I feel like maybe that will make them more, maybe better stewards of what they have, right? So if it is an investment property, maybe they're taking care of it differently since they know kind of what the end result is, and
knowing all of the tax requirements associated with it. Being able to project how much money am I going to make off of this? Project what the value will be in the future. All of those things are important when you're factoring, an investment property. Things I didn't know. Honestly, I just got lucky. I had a nice piece of property. It over 5 years, it appreciated like crazy. It doubled in value.
Amazing.
But honestly, I just got lucky because I didn't project any of those things. But now I know how to, and now I teach my clients how to make sure that we're I always tell everybody when you buy your first home, or to be honest, if you buy any home, it needs to be an investment. Because especially if it's your first home, you're not going to be there forever. Life happens. People get married. People have kids. So you want to make sure that you can take that piece of property, sell it, rent it, whatever the case may be. Make a substantial amount of income off that to put into to invest into your next property.
I know,
right?
That's
Just keep
right.
the train rolling. But
so do you still have that first home that you bought, or you sold that?
I sold it. Girl, that thing doubled in value, and I let it go.
You sold it. I know that's right.
I sold it because it had appreciated so much. I did sell it. But
are you happy you did?
I kind of have mixed emotions about it. But I sold it because it allowed me to get capital to do more investments, right? But now as I became more of an experienced investor, I'm realizing, okay, there are other avenues that I could have taken to pull cash out of that property to do other investments. But you learn as you grow, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, regardless what happened, it was a great property. It did what it was supposed to do. It helped me pay my student loans down, and I got tons of capital out of that sale. So
you just mentioned something, being an experienced investor. Do you still feel like, because you're in it right now for almost a decade, do you still feel like there's so much more you need to learn, or you feel like you're pretty confident and you're investing?
So absolutely. So I am a realtor and an investor, and I some people say, well, I'm an investor. I say I'm a realtor that invests in real estate.
Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because my investments don't pay for me full time.
Oh, okay.
You know, I hope to be the goal, but right now they don't. So I've been a realtor since 2012, but I've only been investing for about 2.5 years, other than purchasing that property that I did was a rental property, but like actively investing so far as buying properties, rehabbing them, reselling them, you know, buying rental properties and things like that. I've only been actively doing that for about 2 years.
So you're rehabbing now, girl. You are on it. I love that. So tell me how important mentors were for you on your journey.
You know, I was one of those people that my mentor calls me scary. I'm just being honest. My mentor calls me scary because I'm one of those people that's going to evaluate every component.
So you're cautious,
right? and that's exactly what I tell him.
Yep.
I am not scary. I am cautious. You know, and if you think about it, from my shoes, and I put myself in my client's shoes, and you know, people that's buying homes for the first time or selling homes and things like that. This is probably the biggest investment they've ever made in their life.
Yes.
You know, so to say, you know, you want to be super cautious. You know, you're just not going to throw that money down the drain. But I said that to say that mentors were everything because they helped me get over that fear of being, you know, so cautious that I wouldn't make a move, you know, in investing, you know, in speaking with, you know, in working with other potential clients, you know, even builders. You know, I'll be honest, sometimes I used to be a little afraid to put myself out there. You know, I always think, oh, well, what if they don't like this, or what if they don't like that? What if I don't always have the right answers, or you know, what if I'm not giving them what they want and things like that, you know? And so my mentors really helped me get over that hurdle. You know, like in the real estate business, this is a sales-driven business. You have to sell yourself, your brand, the product, you know? So I had to get over those fears. And I really had mentors to push me over, you know, get me over that hurdle. And I'm so glad they did, because once I got over that hurdle, now it's like, I could do anything. You know,
right?
If I get it wrong, oh, well, I learned along the way, you know? So that's how I feel about it now. But mentors are key. Everybody needs to have a mentor.
Yes.
You know,
that is
learn
so
from
rich.
other people's mistakes. You know, we can all figure out whatever we want, right? It's just a matter of how long is it going to take you, and how much time are you going to spend.
And time is money, right?
Absolutely,
so if you're making all these mistakes, you're wasting your money.
Yes.
Like, you know, time is money.
Time is money. Seek out mentors.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised how many people want to help you, want to see you flourish and grow.
You know what? For me, especially, Houston is the 4th largest city in the U.S. Let me just first start by saying that there's so many amazing and fabulous, talented artists, makeup artists who are in the city and in the surrounding areas. One of my sponsors, she used to be my mentor, I now call her a sponsor, because she explained to me, she was like, you don't have to have a mentor just as a makeup artist in this area. It could be a hairstylist who can put you on, or it could be someone who maybe does nails, but they know about the beauty business and can also kind of inform your process. But she mentioned to me that a sponsor is someone different. It could usually be someone in your related field who is actually taking active steps to make sure that you have the knowledge, the skill, the know-how. Because sometimes people, and and maybe this is not true in real estate, but in makeup artistry, it's like sometimes they don't want to share certain avenues or certain resources with you because they're afraid that you will come into that field and monopolize that space.
Right.
And so, and that's totally not true. I feel like sharing is caring. And so you don't have to give away everything, but even if I do, just because you give somebody the information, they can have the recipe, but they don't have your exact sauce, right? They don't have your exact know-how, your skill. They don't have your presence. So that was always interesting to me when she explained that to me, the difference between being a mentor and being a sponsor. And I'm like, wow, like I'm at the point where I really actually would prefer more sponsorship than actually mentorship, but both are amazing. And you should definitely get a mentor. Absolutely.
And I learned that in working in corporate America, you know, the importance of having sponsors opposed to mentors. You know, people advocating for you as well.
Yes,
you know?
That's what it is. An advocate. Yeah. So tell me about the Braden Law Group. How did this get started?
So it's the Braden Real Estate Group.
Braden Real Estate.
That's okay.
What am I thinking of?
I know,
Real Estate Group.
It's the Braden Real Estate Group.
Yes.
And so we are, Braden is my maiden name.
Okay.
Braden is our family name.
Okay.
So my grandfather, Braden, Frank and Oscar Braden, my grandparents, and I'm sorry, I have to tell everybody this because I'm very proud of this. I am 34 years old, and all four of my grandparents are still alive.
Wow, what a blessing!
Yes, and living on their own for themselves. You know, so yeah, that I'm always very proud of that. But that kind of speaks to how proud I am of my family. You know, so Braden's, it's a lot of us.
Okay,
anybody who's on the north side of Houston, Texas, off Homestead knows my grandmother. I'm so serious.
Wow,
I'm so serious.
Oh my goodness!
But it's a lot of us. And we're a very proud family, you know, not meaning proud like we're better than anybody or anything like that, but just proud to be in one another's company, you know, and proud to love and support one another. So anything we do is family centric.
Yeah.
You know, we do a lot of, we find any reasons to eat. You know, I'm so serious. We find any reason to, I'm trying to figure out where we're going to be for the 4th of July.
Right.
We find any reason to eat and, you know, just to get together and fellowship with one another.
Okay.
You know. And like I said, still celebrate my grandparents because they're here. You know, my grandmother's 83, my grandfather's 87.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they're still here. So, you know, every opportunity we get to be with them and celebrate them, we're going to definitely take advantage of that.
Yeah.
But with that being said, my first cousin and partner who's not here, Jamisha Godot, my grandmother actually paid for both of us to go to real estate school. And honestly, we didn't think it was going to flourish into let's start the Braden Real Estate Group.
Yeah.
Right? We just thought, okay, well, let's just sell. We both had corporate jobs at the time. So it's kind of like, well, let's supplement our income, right? Let's get some more money coming in. But as we started working it, we both realized that we had a passion for this, you know, a passion for obtaining properties ourselves as well as helping other people obtain home ownership or what we like to say is doing the unthinkable. People don't know that, you know, it's so crazy how we'll get with clients that's looking to sell their homes and we're like, well, what were you interested in selling your home for? And they're like, oh, such and such. They'll throw out a number. And we're like, that's way too low. You know, you can get way more money than that. And then they're really appalled to see, you know, at the close of the sale, like, wow, you know, I didn't know that, you know. So it really has become a passion of ours. Yeah. But Braden stems from just, family. You know, a family. So our slogan is buy, sell, build a legacy.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's buy, sell, build a legacy because we're all about, you know, that building that legacy and keeping your family growing and then like in us helping you flourish to keep your family going. You know, the house that you buy today may be the house that your great grandkids, you know, grow up in, you know, so we always want to keep that in the back of our mind, you know, buy, sell, build a legacy and treat everybody like family.
That's amazing. You know, I saw a meme recently, and this was kind of like a nod to all the gentrification going on in Third Ward, and it was like, y'all, don't be selling grandmama's house. But it's so true, right? It's like grandmama bought that house, maybe knowing, maybe not knowing that it would be in the family for so long and creating this legacy. But now, you know, with things happening in Third Ward, a lot of people are selling, and so there's like a strong effort to keep those homes in the family. And
you know what? And it's ironic that you mentioned that in Third Ward, and a lot of people are selling. We're actually in the process of getting our office in that area, right off Emancipation and Pierce Street. But people are selling grandmama's house because they don't necessarily know that they have resources available to them to keep grandmama's house. You know, so that's where we want to help as well. Like understand, like you don't have to get rid of your family property. You know, your grandmother works hard for this house. You know, and so just providing resources and education and understanding like how to keep your your properties and the things that your ancestors have worked hard for in your family, passed along generation down generation. So with that, I said that to say this as well, that a partner of mine and myself, we're starting the Black Real Estate Investing Association.
Come on! on. Yes.
And the first event is going to be July the 11th at Cafe 4212 at 6 p.m. A little commercial for my
yes, ma'am.
But one of the reasons
I'm
why
so excited by that.
Well, thank you. But one of the reasons why I started that is because two reasons. One, I just searched, I got on the internet one day and I searched, real estate investors in Houston.
Yeah.
And I was looking for a Black community, honestly. There is one for real estate agents, but I wasn't able to find anything for real estate investing. So I'm not saying there's not one out there, but I don't know of it. And additionally, I talked to a lot of people that say, I want to invest in real estate, but I don't have the money, or this and that and that, or we lost our grandmother's house because our family couldn't keep up on the taxes. We lose things because we don't know what resources are available to us. We're selling our properties off because we don't know what resources are available to us to keep them. Yeah. Right. So that's what I want to focus on. And that slogan, our motto there is learn, leverage, and grow. So let's learn from each other. Let's leverage the resources that we have within our community, and let's grow together.
Yeah.
So
I don't want people to miss that. Please say the date, the time, the location again.
So it's the Black Real Estate Investing Association.
Okay.
It's going to be July the 11th at Cafe 4212. So you can go to Eventbrite and you can search Black Real Estate Investing Association in Houston, and it'll pop up there. Also, the Instagram is Houston Bria, so HOUSTON Bria BREIA _ Okay. And then also you can find it on Facebook if you search the Houston Black Real Estate Investing Association as well.
Amazing. Is there a cost to attend this event?
It is absolutely free. It is absolutely free. We do not want to charge
y'all better go. I'm coming. Girl, that is so rich. I'm thrilled that you're doing
We don't want to charge anybody, and we're going to not charge as long as we can because we're not trying to make a profit off of this. We're just, like I said, trying to learn, leverage, and grow together within our community.
That's amazing. Y'all have this information on your screen right now. Make sure that y'all look and come and attend the event. Support, absolutely, especially if you have an interest in that area. And it's on Alameda, so right in Third Ward, an area that we were just talking about. Awesome. Absolutely. So getting into, this is, I guess, a perfect segue. What services do you offer for the Braden?
So we are a full-service residential sales realty group.
Okay.
So that encompasses if you're looking to purchase a home, if you're looking to sell a home. We focus in new construction as well. So investors that may be building new construction properties that they would like to sell.
Okay.
That as well. And then also we are looking to begin building, if God say the same, building properties in those areas that we just discussed.
Awesome. Yeah. So did you grow up in this area? You mentioned Homestead.
No, I did not.
Okay, so this isn't really.
I am from East Houston, Texas. I went to North Shore High School.
Okay.
My family is from Cashmere Gardens, Trinity Gardens on the north side.
Okay.
By marriage, I ended up in Missouri City.
No way.
Yes. I ended up in Missouri City.
Cool.
But so with Missouri City being in the southern part of Houston, I kind of acclimated myself with the Black community on the southern part of Houston. I have a lot of friends in that area. And then a lot of people that have reached out to me about buying in that area, which has kind of brought me back to, we need to get more affordable housing in this area as well. So I'm advocating builders. If you are a builder or a developer in the Houston area, let's make sure we focus on building affordable housing to in these communities where people are starting to get pushed out because the home price is going up.
That's real. That's a word for real. So I know on your page, because I love your Instagram layout.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Do you do that yourself? You curate your own content?
I do.
Seems like a lot of work.
It can be.
Yeah.
It can be. There are certain apps that I have found through other realtors, honestly, just networking with other realtors that kind of make it simple and easy and we'll put together a lot of that content for you that looks very nice and professional.
Nice.
But I lay up in the bed at night and I kind of, I will draft up a few posts and kind of post them throughout the day.
That's right. We're going scrolling on Instagram right now.
I try to not keep it too I try to keep it as professional as possible, but I also want people to see who I really am.
Okay. Okay. But that's good. I feel like even the people that I love to follow who have businesses, it's like I like to see some aspects of their personal lives, right? It's like it gives you something to connect on. It gives you a level just making sure like, oh, this is a real person, right? They're not all about business. That picture is stunning.
Thank
Nicole.
you. That is CHB Photography, Charles Baldwin.
Oh, okay.
I'm another Black business owner, you know.
Who's your MUA on that? She did that. Whoever.
Who did my makeup on it? Beauty Mark by Joelle.
Oh, yeah. She's so
Joelle,
good.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
You know, she told me when I first moved to Houston from California at 15, I joined drill team. And I was going out for captain, and you know, Texas drill team and band culture is like major. So I was like, I need to be together. And this y'all was like in 2002, 2001. So back before makeup was like really a big thing like it is now. And so I went to MAC in the Galleria, and she sold me my very first foundation.
Really?
And I remember because she was so stunning, and we had a great conversation, and it was amazing. So it's so great to see her still flourishing and doing her thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. So on your Instagram page, one of my favorite features is your free game Fridays. So how did this start?
You know, I am a couple of reasons. So I'm one of those people. You kind of talked about people that kind of hold information because they feel like, oh, somebody may steal this or, you know, or take business from you. And I'm one of those people like, it's enough to go around. You know, it's enough for everybody to eat. It's millions of houses in Houston, you know, it's enough to go around. So, that I figured, you know, why not tell somebody this information and why hold all this information inside, right? Why do I have to keep this to myself? Why can't I help somebody else? You know, and it kind of started because as I would post things on social media, I would get a lot of DMs and questions, and I'm like, all right, I have a kid at home. I have a husband asking me what we're going to eat for dinner tonight. I don't have time to answer all these questions one by one. So I was like, well, let me start some type of video series to get these questions answered. And then also, too, it's crazy it may seem, I'm a little bit of a shy person.
Really?
Yes. So that was a challenge to myself to be more vocal and get in front of the camera, you know. But yeah, like I said, it kind of turned into a, you know, let me just put some content out there to kind of answer what I think is on people's minds.
And people seem to be engaging in the comments, like on the post. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah. I was really surprised about the feedback that I got from it. So that's why I started doing it more and more. I have to be honest. I need to do a better job of making sure that I do it every Friday. Some days my Friday calendar is booked, or you know, or pre-recording them so that I can post them on Friday to make sure I keep the content coming and be consistent.
That's true.
But yeah, it just kind of started from, you know, people asking questions, people wanting to know more. Not everybody can afford these $1,000, tens of $1,000, you know, coaching programs and things like that. So why not give the knowledge away for free? You know, you can never learn enough, and you can never share enough. It's not
a full seminar, right?
Yeah, it's not a full seminar.
It's giving people enough to feed on, maybe to research on their own a little bit more, you know, but you're steering them in the right direction.
And give them some lessons learned, which is the main thing, lessons learned.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about what was your favorite, or what has been your favorite Free Game Friday tip?
You know, I put one out there about working with wholesalers. So for those that don't know what wholesalers are, and this is on the investing side, most of my Free Game Friday content is geared towards real estate investing. Yeah. I'm going to start focusing more time on the actual real estate sales portion of it for home buyers and home sellers. But I put some tips out there about wholesalers. So for those that, again, for those that don't know what wholesaling is, basically it's selling your interest in a home. And so that's basically me. If I were a wholesaler, essentially what I would do is agree to purchase a property from someone and enter a contract with that person, a seller. And then opposed to actually buying the house myself, I would sell my interest for a fee.
Wow.
To an actual end buyer. So wholesalers have been getting a bad rap in the real estate investing industry. And I think it's because they're just not the ones that do quote unquote what everyone is says might cause problems and things like that. They're just not educated on the way to properly wholesale or you know, execute the transaction. So that has been one of my most received, ironic, you know, one of my most received videos, but just giving tips and tricks. Like, I know wholesalers are in this to make money, just like anybody else. So let's do things the right way so that we can all flourish and make money.
I know,
that's how that came about. But if those wholesalers, for the wholesalers that did watch my video, I hope no one took offense to it. But I just want to make sure that we're all doing things the right way.
Well, a hit dog a holla. So if they're doing it the right way, then they won't be offended, right?
Right? So at the end, I'm like, let's do it the right way so we can all eat.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we just have a couple of minutes left on the show, but this is a beauty show.
Oh my God, that's gone by so
right?
fast.
So time flies when you're having fun.
I know.
So this is a beauty show. So keeping true to our core, what are your favorite maybe 2 or 3 go-to beauty products in your bag? You seem like you're always on the go. What are you grabbing for in your bag?
Okay, so my first one, ironically, believe it or not, and you're a makeup artist, so you probably have heard this, but Milk of Magnesia.
Mm-hmm. Nicole, don't be using that every day.
I'm so serious.
Don't be using that every day.
I cannot say that I don't use it every day because
it eats away at the acid mantle of your skin over time.
Oh, Lord.
They have a Becca Evermatte primer that is good.
Thank
it's not
you.
just as good, but it is gonna hold you down
Becca
for a few
Evermatte
hours.
primer.
Yes.
Okay, because I used to be a grease ball, and I lived and died by like trying to figure out how to keep my skin from being so oily all the time.
Yeah,
same. So I was introduced to Milk of Magnesia from somebody, and it has been honestly my saving grace. But now I'm gonna go over to Becca.
Yes.
What is it called again?
Becca Evermatte.
Okay. Becca Evermatte Sephora.
Yeah.
I love Kat Von D's lip stains.
Yes. They are so good.
I went and bought every single one of them. I love them because my lip color stays on all day.
All day.
Yeah, literally. I can eat, drink, whatever, and my lip color will be there. So I love that. I love NARS All Day Luminous.
You got good
Foundation.
taste, girl.
Yes. I love NARS All Day Luminous Foundation. It's not too dry, but it gives me a matte look. Yeah. So I like that. Let me see. What else is my go-to?
Girl, that's good. A foundation, a good primer, a lip.
Yeah.
Do you wear lashes or you have extensions? What do you do?
So I wear on a regular. I wear lash extensions.
Okay.
When I want to be dramatic, I will put a strip on top of my lash
Get it,
extensions.
Girl. But I feel like if you get the lash extensions, you don't have to really wear nothing else, and your lashes are popping, right?
You don't.
It's amazing what they do to the face.
Yes.
I love a good lash.
I'm addicted to lashes. I honestly thought about not getting my lash extensions for a while just because I was kind of looking for some ways to cut costs. I'm like, I can't get rid of that.
Nope. That's to stay. I feel you on that. Okay. And so then my last question is, how do you prioritize self-care? You seem also like a very busy woman. You're on the go. Obviously, you're a wife and a mom. How are you taking care of Nicole?
So I learned to cut it off, because being in the real estate industry is so, like, you're getting bombarded from everywhere. There's no such thing as an 8 to 5. Okay. A lot of things are time sensitive. So, you have to respond or execute things at a certain time. But my husband kind of taught me that too. Like, when you come home, just focus on home, cut it off. So now when I go home, I don't get on my phone.
Good. At all?
Well, I will get on my phone. I'm sorry. I'm not saying I won't get on my phone, but there is a certain period of time where I'm saying, okay, I'm not answering any phone calls. I'm not looking at emails or anything like that. I'm not going to get on social media. I'm going to focus on the people in my home, which is my daughter and my husband.
Absolutely.
Give them the truth, the time that I give everybody else. Also, too, I go to bed at 9 o'clock.
Good.
I try as much as I can to prioritize sleep because I'm up early. I'm up early because that is my personal time. I'm usually up around 5-ish, but that is my personal time. So from 5 to 7 a.m., that's my personal time to do whatever it is I want to do.
Wow.
A lot of times I listen to audiobooks a lot. I just got done listening to Charlemagne's.
I love it. I love it.
Charlemagne's. If anybody has any recommendations on audiobooks, it doesn't have to be real estate related. I do read a lot of real estate related ones. Well, listen to a lot of real estate related ones.
Yeah.
But if anybody has any recommendations on them, please message them to me. But yeah, I set aside time for personal time, which is typically in the morning before my daughter wakes up.
Yeah.
My husband works crazy hours, so sometimes he's not even there. But I do set aside at least 2 hours a day for just my personal self.
It's funny you say that. I was reading an article yesterday about what really highly successful people do before 8 a.m. And it's waking up early, maximizing your day. And I was like, I'm going to try one day. But I'm such a night owl. I don't go to sleep till like 2 a.m.
See, you will be surprised how much you can get done before everybody else starts screaming in your ear. Before the emails start coming in, before your kids wake up.
Yep.
Sometimes I get up in the morning and cook dinner, for the day. But I've gotten that out of the way. And, that was just my time to do what I wanted to do.
Yeah. That's smart. I'm glad you shared that with the audience. Awesome. Any other tips or anything else you wanted to share? Actually, we didn't. I know that we had your Instagram up here, but some people only listen to this podcast on iTunes. So what we can do is end the show with shouting out your Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, so yeah, my Instagram is Mrs. Nikki Handy. So that's MRSNIKKIHANDY. Or you can find me on Facebook. It's Nicole Handy Realtor. If you just search Nicole Handy Realtor, I will come up. I can't do much more after that. Maintaining those are enough.
That's enough. I feel you, girl. That is enough. Twitter and all this other stuff.
Twitter.
No, that's good.
You can email me as well. So my contact links are both in Instagram and Facebook, but also you can email me directly. And it's Nicole at Braden RE Group. So that's Braden BRADEN RE like real estate group.com.
Awesome. Nicole, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much for having me.
So enriched. Y'all, I got a couple of questions in the inbox about a few things related to real estate. So I tried to kind of skirt those into today's conversation. But if you have more questions after this broadcast, you can send them to me. I'll refer them to, obviously, Nicole, or you can send them directly to her. Okay? So thank y'all all so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week on All Things Beauty. Bye, y'all.